wanted to know exactly what's the astrological significance. How does one decide when the Kumbh Melas are held and when the Mahakumbh Melas are held? What's the difference?
Guruji, astrological significance of Mahakumbh happens when three planets are involved. One is Jupiter, one is Sun, and one is Moon.
So when you say this mantra Mahapapam, Rudram, let it go, that's according to me pretty much equivalent of taking a snan in Kumbh.
Nobody and neither of my students also will ever talk of any dosh, Kal Sarp dosh or Vish dosh or Pitra dosh, nothing. We do not call doshas. We have categorized as obstructive force and supportive force. We focus more on the supportive force and try to find techniques how to cater to the obstructive force.
If I missed the snan for some reason and I was not able to go, and this is coming in 144 years, now what should I do with my FOMO?
Once Paramahansa Yogananda ji said that the biggest sin is to call yourself as a saint.
This video is about the Kumbh Mela, and I wanted to ask you some questions, Gaurav, and wanted to know exactly what's the astrological significance. How does one decide when the Kumbh Melas are held and when the Mahakumbh Melas are held? What's the difference? Can you enlighten us about this?
First of all, thank you so much, Guruji. And I feel so happy that my Guru is asking questions to me. And so Guruji, astrological significance of Mahakumbh or the Purna Kumbh happens when three planets are involved. One is Jupiter, one is Sun, and one is Moon. So now these three planets, Guruji, basically they have the attributes of evolving a soul on earth. Jupiter, as the Hindi name suggests, it's the name, it's called as Guru. So Guru
Correct.
means the Gyan himself, the reservoir of knowledge. And Sun is, Guruji, basically the most powerful light. It's the basic vitality, the vital force, which is actually helping everything here on earth, which comes to life. So we say that no sun, no life.
Correct.
And Moon, Guruji, is basically the significator of mind. I mean, it's like a storehouse of subconsciousness. All the emotions and belief systems and feelings and everything we store in the subconsciousness, which is actually the Moon. So astrologically, when these three planets have some sort of a connection, like when Jupiter enters into Taurus Rashi. Taurus Rashi is the second Rashi. And Sun enters into the Makar Rashi, which is called as Capricorn. So Guruji, the moment Jupiter enters into Taurus, it's like now the knowledge is needed for survival. We are on Earth and we must know how to survive. And to survive, we need food. To survive, we need an environment wherein we can behave properly in a structured manner. We can understand what are the protocols. To have that knowledge, Jupiter, when enters into Taurus, it's like that particular domain. And when Sun enters into Capricorn, so Guruji, Capricorn is the 10th Rashi. 10th Rashi connects with the attribute of the Purusharth, the karma of a person here on planet Earth. So when Sun enters into the domain of karma, so it actually enlightens the being to understand how you should respond, what should be the kriyas you should perform. So when Jupiter is in Taurus and Sun enters Capricorn, and the moment Moon connects with them, that is the starting point of Kumbh. Kumbh means a particular vessel where it's like a pot, Guruji, wherein it can capacitate a lot of water, and it's a symbolic thing which is happening outside of us. So when a lot of akhadas and the gurus there, when they gather in the land, and to enlighten people or to remind themselves their Purushartha near the water and the sacred, that Triveni sacred Sangam of Ganga, Jamuna, and Saraswati. So that is a symbolic representation, an outward expression of what has happened in the astrological chart. That's the signification of Kumbh. So when Guruji, this happens every 12 years.
Okay.
And when 12 cycles of these 12 years happen, that is 12 into 12, which is 144. So after 144 years, the environment becomes the environment of Mahakumbh. So that is the significance.
Okay. But there are also kumbhs happening in Nashik. There are kumbhs happening in other places as well, like Ujjain.
Yeah. So Guruji, those are called as Ardha Kumbhs.
Ah.
When Jupiter has to enter into the fixed Rashi. Now, astrologically, there are fixed Rashis. 4 Rashis are there. We call it as 2, 5, 8, and 11. So 2 is Taurus, 5 is Leo, 8 is Scorpio, and 11 is Aquarius. So whenever Jupiter enters into fixed Rashis have some sort of little bit of earth element in them. So fixed Rashi is the reminder call of how you should be living life. So whenever Jupiter enters into these fixed Rashis and Sun is having some connection with them along with Moon, that is the time for Ardha Kumbh then. So like the next Ardha Kumbh is going to happen in the year 2028. But the Purna Kumbh will happen in the year 2037 after 12 years. So it's like that.
Okay. So this is a significant time of change for people because the Sun is in the Karma house and the Jupiter is in Taurus.
Yes, right? Guruji. It's basically a reminding call. It's like getting back to the basic knowledge of survival and the basic knowledge of becoming aware and conscious of your karmas. Okay. And that is the reason so a lot of people, they wanted to go and take a dip. It's not about taking a dip in the water, the holy water. It's about actually being in that awareness, in that expanded consciousness of so many yogis and siddhas and gurus there. So it's about in their sanidhya, what the kind of transformation which happens. So it's like it's happening outside in the world. The same thing, Guruji, is happening within us also. So our body is also a kumbh, basically. And we have, the Ira, Pingla, and the Sushumna Nadi, which act like Ganga, Yamuna, and Saraswati. So, I mean, whatever you have been teaching us in the Siddha Yoga, we have been practicing, and actually we are reminding ourselves on daily basis that Kumbh should be visited every day.
Yeah. So for us, the Triveni Sangam is at the third eye, the Agya.
Yeah.
That's true. Yes, if we do take a dip in there, then we can certainly become aware of our karmas, which are all in the Agya, like in front, in the backward facing petal of the Agya. In that dal, you have your past. In the future is in the forward facing petal of the Agya. Absolutely. That's what we say in yoga.
Absolutely.
So all your karmas are there listed, and it's time for us to sit and evaluate. If you went to the Kumbh and you had a dip also, but you didn't evaluate your karmas, I would consider it a waste of a dip.
Absolutely.
So am I being dharmic? Is my dharma leading to artha? Is that artha leading to kama? Is that leading to moksha? This is what we should be evaluating at these times. That's what my guru taught me. But I see that a lot of people are in a mad rush to go to Kumbh. Then I ask them, why do you want to go? And most of them don't know the answer, why they want to go. It has become a media hype, and there are all sorts of people. And the highlight which the media wants to highlight is probably not the quiet babas. The ones who have a lot of noise are the ones highlighted by the media.
That is true.
The glamour of it, or the ones who are most articulate. But sometimes I think some of the biggest teachers, they don't open their mouth. They keep quiet.
Absolutely.
And you have to be around them and just, and in fact, if you see some Baba sitting quietly and nobody sitting near them, that's probably the best place to just go sit and get the sanidhya from him.
Absolutely, Guruji. Absolutely.
Anyway. So, thank you for explaining that, Gaurav. That makes a lot of sense.
And
And
Guruji, I feel
hmm.
with this social media hype, it is more of a FOMO rather than actually understanding what is
Oh
the
yeah,
real
yeah, yeah. No,
significance of
I'm
it.
all
Yeah.
for it. Don't get me wrong. I support it. I really think that we need to have such a festivals for Hindus uh, to gather and to feel a sense of oneness. The sense of community there is incredible.
That
So
is
there's
true.
nothing wrong with the gathering, but sometimes the main meaning is lost in what we're doing, and
Absolutely.
nobody's talking with clarity about what it's all about. And so I have a question which is often asked to me. If I missed the snan for some reason and I was not able to go, and this is coming in 144 years, now what should I do with my FOMO? This is a question that people ask me, like, what should I do? What's the alternative for me to go to Kumbh? So, do you have any astrological suggestions for them or any ideas?
Guruji, first and the foremost, I would like to now bring the teaching which I have learned from you.
Hmm.
We have been doing the kriya wherein we have been, taking off all the mahapaps,
Yes.
and you have taught us how, by using water
Hmm.
and by using the power of dreaming, how
Hmm.
we have to drip in the holy water, and then how we have to use the mantra and then cleanse ourselves.
Hmm.
What I see, Guruji, is that such practices, if they are done on daily basis, despite no matter what the Mahurat is,
Hmm.
they have a deeper cleansing effect
Hmm.
on each and everyone who is performing this, because the intent is very clear.
Hmm.
And even if people do not know such techniques and they have
Hmm.
missed out going to the event, so Guruji, astrologically, we now know that we are talking of understanding and having knowledge about survival,
Hmm.
the basic survival like food, the basic survival like behavior in your environment, how you respond in your environment. And
Hmm.
then the Kumbh is ending when Sun is in Aquarius, and
Hmm.
when Mahashivratri happens.
Hmm.
Mahashivratri happens when Moon is in the Krishna Paksh, in the Chaturdashi. It's the
Hmm.
darkest night there of the
Correct.
Fagun month. So that's
Hmm.
Mahashivratri.
Hmm.
So and Guruji, in fact, every Masik Shivratri happens when the 14th day of the Krishna Paksh. So
Correct.
moon is very weak at that point of time.
Hmm.
So prayers to Lord Shiva is always recommended at that point of time.
Hmm. Hmm.
So if we learn about how to survive properly, how to treat our
Hmm.
body well, how to treat our environment well, have knowledge
Hmm.
about it, gather more knowledge about it, become more and more conscious and aware about it, and at the same
Hmm.
time start meditating on Lord Shiva.
Hmm.
So I think this in itself astrologically will suffice if you have missed going to Kumbh.
Hmm. Hmm. So, just for the viewers who didn't understand what Gaurav was saying about this ritual, I would like to just quickly teach it. You take some water in a cup, any cup, doesn't matter what cup, whether the material of the cup doesn't matter, copper, silver, mud, plastic also is okay. Okay. If you don't have a cup, use a bottle of water. Now you take this bottle of water and you hold it in your hand and imagine that you are standing in the Ganga and face towards the north direction. If you look far north in the Ganga, you see that the Ganga is coming out of the head of Rudra. From his jata, the Ganga is falling down to us. So try to visualize that image. Look at Rudra as a huge personality, like a very huge person. And you're seeing this big river flowing and you're standing in the river. Now, every time you rotate this cup over your head, rotate it anti-clockwise over your head. Okay. So you go like that over your head, rotate it anti-clockwise 11 times. Each time you rotate, imagine you're taking a dip. Take your time. Each time you rotate, you're taking a dip. Okay, so you keep doing this. Once you finish 11 times, you say Mahapapam Rudram Samarpanam and pour this into the drain and wash the cup. That's all. If you do this, you'll get a profound sense of relief because about a span above your head, about this much distance above your head, there is a chakra, which is called the Akash chakra. And from there, there'll be a huge release of all of your karma, all of your mahapap, all of your dosh, all of the sharp that you've got from people. And I do this on a daily basis every day because I don't know what mahapap I've accumulated by mistake. By mistake, I would have hurt so many people and they would have cursed me. I don't know. I would have said something in some video, somebody watched it and got really hurt and they cursed me. So that's possible. So people who are in public like me, we need to practice this thing every day. This is one practice you can't escape. Okay. And you've seen now how certain celebrities are having trouble all the time. Something happens, their karma, and suddenly they get cancelled. So even if you are a big person in society, there's no guarantee that you'll be there. Even if you're the prime minister, there's no guarantee you're going to sit there. It is the mercy of Shiva, it's the mercy of Rudra, it's the kindness of Rudra that you stay there. Okay. So when you say this mantra, Mahapapam, Rudram Samarpanam, and you let it go, that's, according to me, pretty much equivalent of taking a snan in Kumbh. And you can do this every day. And remember, the Triveni Sangam is there on your third eye, and that's where the karmas are. So the karmas will get cleansed and you'll feel it. You'll feel that relief. Okay, so that was very briefly the technique that Gaurav was talking about. All right, Gaurav.
And how beautiful it is, Guruji, that we are connecting now with this technique with the three planets which we are talking of. Jupiter, Guru, Mahadev, Rudra, the biggest Guru of all the Gurus. And then we talk Adi Guru, and then we are talking of the karmas, and we are talking of taking a dip in the holy water, the Ganga, Ma Ganga, coming from Rudra's. So, Guruji, we are satisfying our connection with the highest consciousness of Jupiter, Sun, and Moon. So, this Kriya in itself is a beautiful Kriya, and I give it this, as an astrological remedy, I have given this Kriya to many of my clients who really want to evolve spiritually.
Right. And how have been the results?
Wonderful, Guruji. Wonderful. People with correct intent. See, we have learned that dharma means your goal. If you're not clear of your goal, then nothing is going to follow. Neither artha nor kama, moksha, forget it. So, people have to be clear about their intent. If they are looking for more money and say, I am looking for spirituality, then don't fool yourself. If you're really looking for that spiritual evolution and that feeling of being blessed, that feeling that yes, my Lord, my Heavenly Father and Mother are taking care of me, that yes, my Guru is working for me, like you are, Guruji, working for so many people, you take out their karmas. So if somebody has this sort of an intention and that person is using this technique, 100%, if there is anything 100%, so this is 100%, they are going to get results for sure. And I've got very good results with that.
Correct. And with my students as well, I've seen a lot of results, So there are a lot of, I think it's always good for yoga and astrology to meet at some point. Earlier I used to live my life without astrology, without consulting any astrologer, without asking anything about the planets. I used to do it by feel. See what has come in my presence and then try to respond to it. But now I find that knowing what's upcoming with my astrology, I'm able to really not be affected by anything. So what happens is that you don't age and you feel young and you feel relaxed and you can go to sleep with a clear conscience every day, which is something people don't have. They don't have good sleep because their conscience is not clear. They're feeling somewhere, I'm not doing my dharma. So that's one thing. Anyway.
But that is true, Guruji, because everybody needs right guidance. Everybody needs that alignment to happen. And if we have some sort of a correct direction in life, then our response can be optimized. So astrology, definitely. As Guruji, we say, there are three verticals to life. one is Atam, Bhutam, and Devam. So Atam means Guruji, self-created, thought process created. So many people, they keep on thinking something or the other in their mind, and there's so much of restlessness, so much of vritti is going on in the mind. And then Bhutam means the environment. I mean, people are absolutely unconscious of the environment they live in.
Correct.
People do not have this understanding of how the Wi-Fi or the Bluetooth, even how the blue light coming from the artificial light, how that is affecting them. So Bhutam has a lot of big role to play. And then comes the Devam part, Guruji. So Devam is all about the cosmic influence. I mean, there has to be somebody to give you a situation in life. So there is some governing party to give some situation to every individual as per the karmic account. Nothing is
Yes.
happening haphazardly. So it's a beautiful structure. So I think,
Yes.
Guruji, yes, if somebody learns yoga properly and genuinely from a teacher like you, from a guru like you, who has transformed this particular science in such a simple way. Guruji, why I got attracted towards you, you told me once that, Gaurav, yoga means to become yogya. And that was the point my whole perception changed about yoga, Guruji. Because before that, it was everything was yoga se samadhi. So I was looking only for samadhi and yoga chitta vritti nirodha. But the moment you said, Guruji, that yoga means become yogya, boss, what are you saying? Become deserving, first of all. So that opened up everything. And Siddha Yoga means that become yogya to achieve something, to accomplish something in life. I mean, the way we
That's
now
right.
approach yoga and the way we now combine the dashas in the astrological chart, that is like a blessing, Guruji, absolute blessing.
Okay.
So thank you, Guruji,
So,
for such techniques.
yeah. I mean, thank you too for simplifying this for us, because I was looking to understand what is the astrological significance of Kumbh. A lot of people came and asked me. Personally, I never bothered about it because I know that my guru is there. I don't have to worry about anything.
Yeah.
But I think not everyone has the luxury, so they need to know these things. So that's why I decided to speak about it, and thank you for agreeing. Now, how did
So
your journey
thank
in
you.
astrology start? Why did you get interested in astrology? How did it start?
Yeah, that's an interesting thing, Guruji. I am a mechanical engineer from Pune University, and I have a
Oh,
parental
really?
business of yeah, and
Okay.
I have a parental business of aluminium alloys. So,
Okay.
and Guruji, there was a time I was one of the biggest importers of silicon metal in India. So,
Wow.
but we were encountering uh, a recurring problem in our family, and my father used to go to a lot of astrologers at that point of time,
Hmm.
and I used to accompany him, and I
Hmm. How
listened
old were
to
you?
Guruji. I had just completed my engineering. It's year 2000. It's
Okay.
25 years
Maybe
ago.
21. Yeah.
So at that
Hmm.
point of time,
Hmm.
uh, I used to accompany my father, and I realized that so many people, they are
Hmm.
just giving their own version, whatever
Hmm.
they're aware, whatever they have learned, they're just calling everything as a dosha.
Hmm.
So the moment they call anybody as a doshi, that
Hmm.
means that you are a sinner.
Hmm.
And I remember that once Paramahansa Yogananda ji said that the biggest sin is to call yourself as a sinner. So, so that started. I mean, it was a contradiction in my mind. That was very
Hmm.
ironical, and I thought that something is going wrong. And we did all the remedies possible. We, wore gemstones and everything, but nothing
Hmm.
changed, Guruji. Believe me, nothing changed. And that is where I decided. That was first trigger point. And one thing more
Hmm.
happened. One of the
Hmm.
astrologers told us that in the year 2008, my father will die.
Hmm.
And that was something every day we used to live with this fear in our mind and heart
Hmm.
that
Hmm.
this is going to happen. So
Hmm.
this weakened us. So we go to an astrologer for empowerment, not to make
Hmm.
ourselves further weak.
Correct.
So that is where the trigger point happened, and that is how I decided I'll learn astrology myself. And by Master's grace and Devi's grace, today I am in a position where I have developed my own methodology now called as Guru Ansha Paddhati. And the way I look at things now, I have taken out all the doshas. Nobody and neither of my students also will ever talk of any dosh, Kal Sarp dosh or Vish dosh or Pitra dosh, nothing. We do not call doshas. We have categorized as obstructive force and supportive force. We focus more on the supportive force and try to find techniques how to cater to the obstructive force. And the best remedy is alignment. Alignment with what the planet is trying to tell you. So if the time is right, then go ahead. If the time is not right, don't push against the ball. Prepare yourself well and allow the time to happen. Yeah. So this is how my journey started, Guruji.
Yeah. I think it's important, because everybody is like, at least the Western teachings are all about Atam. Control yourself and anything can happen. But like you said, it's 33%. 33.
Absolutely.
Maybe sometimes more also. I feel that the divine forces or the Devam forces, I sometimes find them more powerful. Because if those forces are aligned, you don't have to have any Atam. Even if you're an idiot, you'll become a king.
Absolutely.
I've seen it happen with my own eyes.
Yes, absolutely. The 33% rule actually is applicable, Guruji, but 33% given to the Devas have the power to supersede the balance 66%. That's the power of Devas.
Correct.
So Devam is very, very powerful, Guruji. Very powerful.
Yeah. But I feel in the West, we're only looking at Atam and to some extent Bhutam, where they use technology. And they themselves are the cause of the bad Bhutam because of all the Wi-Fi and everything that's there.
And that is that is so true. So true.
Anyway, it's fantastic that we have these insights from ancient India, It's amazing.
Yes, of course.
So, yeah, okay. So I'd like to end today's podcast. I just wanted to keep it short so that everybody can watch this and understand about Kumbh. But if you have any questions, just leave it down in the comments, and I'll if I don't know the answer, I'll ask Gaurav, whose Siddha name is Devraj, Siddha Devraj, the king of the Devas. He'll be happy to answer me, and I will post the answer. Don't worry. Because I want everybody to be clear about this Mahakumbh business. Those who couldn't go, those who got FOMO, those who went there, nothing happened. Those after going there, they got more mess. There are some people like that. They went to Mahakumbh and they came back with more mess.
Absolutely.
Why do you think that happened, Gaurav?
Absolutely, Guruji. I know so many people who are not feeling that great after coming back. They felt.
What do you think went wrong for them?
I don't know. Probably they went with some different expectation altogether. And once they are back, they're back with the same feelings and, with the same sort of response because they haven't trained themselves well how to respond.
Yes. They thought there'll be a major transformation overnight. And I'm telling you that the truth is that major transformation happens over years, not
Absolutely.
overnight.
Absolutely.
And sometimes you get something, how these, a poor person gets a lottery and within 1 year he's poor again.
That's true.
That's what happens. So you go to Kumbh, you got a high rise in energy and then it's again gone. Boom. When you came back to your environment, when you came back, you haven't really bothered about your personal Devam. Like what are the personal cosmic influences on you? You haven't bothered about what is your environment and you haven't bothered about your self-development. You just physically went like a tourist and you took a dip, you got wet and came back. And it was a great experience. And after that, life continues as it is. So I think everybody has to take care of these aspects and develop yourself. Develop yourself, develop your environment, and develop your connection to the cosmic powers.
Absolutely, Guruji. Absolutely. And the Kumbh Rupi body which we have been blessed with, I think we should be becoming more and more aware of that with the yogic practices and astrological remedies.
And Mahakumbh comes every 144 years, Gaurav. In how many years do you come back? This is one unique avatar that you have taken.
Absolutely, Guruji.
So
And
we have to
every
take
day
care
is
of
like,
this.
every day is an event, Guruji. Every new day. I mean, we have learned from you that every morning when you get up, you say, "Thank Devi, thank you so much that I'm breathing.
I'm breathing today. Yeah.
I'm breathing
I
today."
said it today morning also. I'm like, oh, thank you for giving me another day.
Yeah, yeah. So
Amazing, amazing. All right, Gaurav. Thank you so much. And
thank you, Guruji.
I'll
Thank
see
you
you
so
in the
much.
next episode. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Guruji. Thank you. Bye-bye.